Hello, my name is Minecraft Phenom08, and this is episode 27 of my 1 Billion Iron Ingot challenge in Minecraft 1.16. In today's episode, I'm going to set up yet another iron ore processing center, and that is because this one just is not fast enough. So if we go ahead and take a look inside, I've had this thing built for something like 2 weeks in real world time, and so far it has only produced 14.8 million iron ingots. So that is not nearly enough. And actually my iron ore is stockpiling because this system is just not quick enough. Now it is able to make each iron ore into 5 iron ingots. However, there are some pretty bad limitations to the system, even though I feel like it's set up pretty well. So first off, I actually need sulfur ore or a source of sulfur. And that isn't the greatest thing because I have to dedicate void miners to getting sulfur. I currently have 2 of them dedicated to get sulfur, and I'm still running a little low on sulfur. The second biggest hangup of this system is that we need a lot of brine. So I have altered the system quite a bit since I actually built it a few episodes ago, and I've built it to be a little bit faster, and I've built it to be a little bit bigger. But the thing is, I still need lots and lots of brine, and therefore I have made even more of these thermal evaporation chambers, and I'm still kind of running low on brine. So no matter what I do, basically, if I filled this entire basement up with brine production, I could get a little more iron ingot production out of this thing, but yeah, it still wouldn't be good enough. So if I run over here and take a look at my iron ore supply, it's actually gone up significantly since that episode or since the episodes in which I set this up. Currently I have 13.2 million iron ore just laying around doing nothing. So today I'm going to set up another system to process iron ore. This system will triple the iron ore, as in for each iron ore I will get 3 iron ingots. However, it should be nice because it will allow me to get quite a bit more iron ingots because of this system right here. It is big and it is unfortunately kind of slow. So I have a building set up over here to do this, and I'm once again going to be using Mekanism. However, basically the system I'm going to be building today is kind of a simplified, smaller version of some of what I have over there. Another drawback of that system over there is that it uses an enormous amount of power. So if I transition more of my iron ore into being processed with this facility, which I kind of hope to do, I will be able to dedicate more energy to actually producing the iron ore because, yeah, it's kind of inefficient to do it the way I've been doing it, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and start this off. So let's take a look at how I'm actually going to be doing this. Once again, I'm going to be using Mekanism to do this, and I will be getting 3 iron ingots out of each iron ore. So I'm going to be starting with this recipe right here. I'm going to be using a purification chamber, oxygen, and iron ore to make 3 iron clumps. And then I will take those iron clumps, crush them, enrichment chamber to enrich them, and then I will finally smelt them with a furnace or ultimate smelting factory. So what I want to do first is let's set up an inventory because I do have plenty of things with me. And what we're going to do is this is just going to be a temporary inventory to hold things that I don't need for the time being. So for the time being, I do want to hold on to quite a bit of this stuff actually. So let's get rid of the crushing factory, the enriching factory, the smelting factory. I will need these, and I will need some of these. I don't think I'm going to need all of them just yet. So let's hold on to this stuff for right now. And the first thing I want to do is I want to set up export buses right here to export iron ore to these modular storage units. Now I'm going to be setting the modular storage units kind of in the floor here. And I'm going to be basically using these as temporary storage for iron ore. So let's go ahead and set these up to be exporting iron ore with acceleration cards to make this as quick as I can. And then right here, I could be using black hole units, but I actually don't want to do that because I want these inventories to actually have a capacity which will be reached. So let's go ahead and start setting these down. And actually, I wanted them to be kind of faced up like that. So let's go ahead and place these down. And I do need to go ahead and insert these modules before they will be able to hold anything. So let's go ahead and do that real fast. And you could use just any old inventory here if you were to replicate this system. So I do want to rotate this around so that this is on the top side, and that is fantastic. Let's go ahead and set this last storage module in here, and we can see that the buses are now active. So we're getting iron ore in here. We should have iron ore in the other ones as well. So what I want to do now is I'm going to grab a bunch of these purifying factories and start setting them down. So let's do that right now. So I should have plenty of these guys made up. And my cat's going crazy again. That's nothing new here. So let's go ahead and set these down along this power conduit here I have here. So I have done quite a bit of work in this building, obviously. It does have a basement below, and a lot of the stuff is already set up, such as the energy and the ME system stuff. So if we pop down here, I will be using this for quite a bit of stuff, actually for oxygen production mainly. So let's go ahead and get the ultimate logistical transporters, and I want to go ahead and set these down. And then I'm actually going to segment these a little bit. Because of the way that these work, I actually want to segment them a little bit, and that's why I have so many of the modular storage units here with the iron ore, so that I should be able to feed all of these ultimate purifying factories very well. So Ethan, what are you doing? What's your deal, sir? So I do need to go ahead and set these up to be extract here, and this is actually going to be a little difficult. So actually, what I might go ahead and do is, I do want these to be extract points. Let's go ahead and change this to wrench mode real fast and get rid of some of these. That way I can actually reach here to change them how I need to. And then we can go ahead and set down the ultimate logistical transporters back down and then reconfigure everything how I need to. Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. None. There we go. Sorry about that. And then let's go ahead and set these back down, and then we're going to have to detach them again, but that's not a big deal. Actually, some of them I guess I didn't have to detach for whatever reason. And then this one right here. And then I do need to place this back down. So what I need to do with these ultimate purifying factories is I need to set them up to be insert on the back. So let's go ahead and blank everything. We do need to insert on the back. And so we're getting that here. And we do need oxygen in here. So this isn't doing anything just yet. So let's go ahead and also turn the front to be insert. Actually, it will automatically be insert gases. So we don't need to do that actually. And what we're going to do here is we're going to take this ultimate pressurized tube, and on the front face is where we are going to insert the oxygen that we will need for the purifying process. So let's set that up. So the next step is let's go to the basement and start setting up the oxygen production. So what we're going to need are a lot of pumps first off. So I have a lot of pumps made up, and I did not mean to sort my inventory. That was unfortunate. So let's go ahead and resort this real fast. Yeah, that's fine. And grab a bunch of pumps and start setting these pumps down. So I do have infinite water source blocks here, and we can just set them up right up against that energy conduit that I have right there. So for right now, I'm not going to worry about getting any speed upgrades in these pumps, but in the future I will probably do that. But like I said, for right now, I'm not going to worry about that. So let's go ahead and grab the rest of the pumps. I think I have just enough pumps. I hope I have just enough pumps. In fact, even if I don't, I'm not going to worry about it. So cool. I have exactly as many pumps as I want. And let's go ahead and grab some of the ultimate mechanical pipe. And let's grab more than just one stack here and start getting water out of these guys. Whoops. So here we go. And we need to take this water to electrolytic convert. I forget what the machine's actually called, but the electrolytic separators. So let's get rid of some of the ultimate mechanical pipe and start grabbing electrolytic separators. We do need a lot of these. So, and in the future, I will probably fill even more of this basement up with the electrolytic separators. But for right now, I'm just going to do one row right here. And that should be fine for right now. Basically, I want to prove that the concept is going to work in today's episode, and then in the future, actually at the end of the episode or between cuts, I might go ahead and speed things up, basically kind of ramp production up. So there should be 37 of these along this right here. And let's go ahead and take the ultimate mechanical pipes here, and let's go ahead and run them right here. On the top, I believe I will extract the oxygen out. So yeah, so let's go ahead and I do need to connect these up. So let's do that like so. And these things are loud, my goodness. So one thing I might do real fast is add a bunch of muffling upgrades. And yeah, let's go ahead and do that right now. You know what? I'm not going to worry about that right now. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of turn off the sound for me. So let's turn off block sound for right now, and that'll be fine. I will add muffling upgrades in the future just to muffle these. What I am going to do with all of these machines, I need to actually change a few of the settings here. So let's take this one right here. The hydrogen I don't need, so I do want to dump excess. The oxygen is what we need here. So I do want the machine to idle when the oxygen tank is full, which should probably not happen a whole lot. So the gases, we need the gases to be, and I need to, it is the output number 2. So gases, I want to output number 2 on the top, and then none of the other sides need to be output whatsoever. So what we're going to do is we are going to hook up ultimate pressurized pipes to the top of these machines. And we should be getting oxygen in there like we are, so that's fantastic. And let's go ahead and send this up, and then we're going to send this across the room. And then we are going to connect it up right here, and that oxygen will flow into these machines here. So let's go ahead and take a look here. We are getting this, this is starting to run. It's not going very far because it's not getting enough oxygen. So actually, I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and cut and go ahead and change all of these electrolytic separators to have the settings of the one electrolytic separator that I already did, such as dumping excess hydrogen, and then go ahead, I need to set up my gas export to the top, as well as connecting it to ultimate pressurized tube. And once I have that done for all of the 36 other electrolytic separators, I will be right back. So I have all of my electrolytic separators set up, and I'm currently getting plenty of oxygen to run this ultimate purifying factory. I have not configured the rest of these guys yet, but that's something I can do between episodes. So the next step in the process is to send all of this stuff right here, all of the iron clumps, to crushing factories. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's grab the ultimate crushing factories. And yeah, that is right here. So let's grab all of those. I have 15 of these once again, and let's go ahead and set these down. So on the top side, I think is where I'm going to have the input here. So let's go ahead and get these going. Actually, let's take a look at the stock configuration here. So input is everything basically except the back and the right side. So that is fine to put the input on top. So let's go ahead and do that. Unfortunately, there are monsters outside apparently. So let's go ahead and find the middle here. And I think, is this the middle? This is the middle. So what we're going to do is, not there actually. From the top here, let's go ahead and build this up to the ceiling if we can, and then run this across. And then straight down. And then we can connect it up with these guys. All of these will be input, and they're already input by default. So let's go ahead and set these up. So on this is the one active one right here. So I do need to set up this to be output, and we do want this to be auto eject on. And it looks like that cleared, and we have our iron clumps coming over here. So let's go ahead and run the rest of the ultimate logistical transporter. And actually, I think I have some of it in here. So let's grab that. And let's run the rest of this. I will configure the rest of these purifying factories later, but I'm not going to worry about it for right now. I just want to prove that this is going to work. So this dirty iron dust, we are going to extract that out of the front of these machines here. So let's go ahead and get that set up. And then we are going to be sending this over here. So in fact, let's go ahead and send this straight up. And I do want to disconnect this right here. Oh, whoops, I have this in wrench mode. Sorry about that. So let's go ahead and change the mode here by shift and scrolling while I have it held. I do want this to configure items. I'm not sure that I actually need it in that specific mode, but I just need it to not be in wrench mode, I think. Might be the actual thing here. So I do want to run this up, and then we're going to run this over, and then we're going to run it down in front of the machines that I will be placing here. So let's go ahead and see if we can't run this up from here. And let's go ahead and get our machines. So let's get rid of this stuff that I don't need. And we do need the ultimate enriching factories. So I believe I have the last enriching factory actually in that storage unit over there. So let's grab it. Ultimate enriching factory. Fantastic. And let's start setting these down. And I'm getting junk in my inventory from dead mobs. That's cool. So yeah, so let's go ahead and finish up this ultimate logistical transporter here, or this pipe, and we'll just place it right here. So let's go ahead and set up this machine right here to extract out the front, and we can output out the front. We do need to go ahead and blank out the right side. We can actually blank out everything except the front and the top, and let's turn auto eject on, so that has the items coming over here into this ultimate enriching factory, and eventually the rest of them as well. So let's go ahead and set up this enriching factory to be insert in the front and then output to the top. And once again, we're going to have more logistical transporters up here. While I'm at it, let's go ahead and disconnect this right here, and let's grab some more of this and run this along the top of the machines here. So that's cool. We got this going. We got iron dust. We actually need a place to send this, and that will be over here to the final step, which will be the ultimate smelting factories, basically the furnaces. So let's go ahead and get rid of this stuff. Let's grab the rest of the smelting factories, and let's go ahead and deploy those. Okay, let's go ahead and connect up the ultimate logistical transporters. And I'm going to have the insert be on the top, I believe. So let's go ahead and set that up. I think that's the middle. Not entirely sure. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, this is the middle. Okay, so let's run this up to the ceiling once again and then over. Oh my goodness, there are so many mobs around. Or a spider that's just really annoying. So I do need these to be out of the top, so that's actually fantastic. That makes this really easy. So there we go. Let's go ahead and make sure that this is auto output. I think it is not. Let's go ahead and set that up. And that should flow over here into this guy right here. So that's cool, and what we can do is we can set up the top to be input and then the front to be output. And we can go ahead and blank the rest of this and turn the auto eject on. Let's go ahead and set up some more of this ultimate logistical transporter, because I do need to store these iron ingots in basically somewhere where I can access them with my ME system. So let's go ahead and set this up, and for right now, and I think this is going, you know what, I can actually do this permanently. I can set it right here, I think. So let's grab a black hole unit, and I don't have this made up, actually I might have one made up. Let's grab a supreme black hole unit. Let's set this right here. Let's actually first dig a hole in the ground, because I need to access my ME system from below. And let's make sure that this is set up to auto output. Sorry about that. And it is out the front, so it should have made its way over here. So I have 6 iron ingots from this system. One thing I can do to speed this up is obviously add speed upgrades to all these machines, and that is something I will do. But first, let's go ahead and worry about getting the storage bus set up. So let's grab a storage bus. Let's set this on the bottom. Let's grab some covered cable. And let's grab a facade as well. I think I only need one. So what we're going to do is set up the storage bus to be on the bottom here. I do want it to only hold iron ingots, and we are going to set this to a negative priority. because I actually have another storage bus set up to a black hole unit that I believe is a positive priority. Not 100% sure on that, but I think that is the case. So I don't need this one to be a positive priority as well. Let's actually grab one more facade. That way I can do this side of it as well. And then we can go ahead and connect this up to my ME system. And yeah, this is going to be slightly rat's nest-ish. But that's okay. In there. Now it should be hooked up to my ME system. It might not be active just yet. Let's actually go ahead and grab some speed and energy upgrades just to speed up one machine of each to see how fast we can get this going for right now anyways. So let's get rid of the stuff that we don't need anymore, and let's grab some speed upgrades first, and we need 3 stacks of those, and then energy upgrades as well. And I will go ahead and upgrade the rest of the machines after this episode, but for right now let's go ahead and just start hooking in speed upgrades into the active machines and see how fast we can get them to go. The system should be significantly faster than the system I have currently that, my current iron processing system. As you can see, this is much, much faster. It's using a lot of power, but that's what the energy upgrades are for. That will significantly cut down. That one machine was using 72,000 RF per tick there for a hot minute. But, yeah. That should be cut much down. Honestly, this isn't... Oh yeah, I ran out of oxygen, but the thing is I can speed up the machines in the basement as well. So that's not something I'm too worried about. So let's go ahead and these are sped up as well. And then let's add the energy upgrades here. Right now that's using 18,000 RF per tick, or forge energy per tick rather. And then this one is using 14,000. Energy upgrades are so nice and pretty much necessary if we're going to speed the machines up this much. So as you can see, I've already made, I'm getting quite a bit of iron ingots right now, and this system is far, far below what it can do. Obviously, once I speed up all of the machines up here, and obviously speeding up these machines down here as well, I may need to add more electrolytic separators. They are awfully energy-hungry machines, but by adding something like 5 or 6 speed upgrades to these, and then energy upgrades, obviously, and then potentially adding even more of the electrolytic separators down here, because I have plenty of space, I can produce the necessary oxygen to run all of my machines upstairs at full bore. And that's something I'm going to do between episodes. But for right now, I think this is a pretty good stopping point. So in today's episode, I set up yet another iron ore facility to process the iron ore into iron ingots. This one will be less efficient by quite a bit than the other facility. However, it should be quicker once I get it up and running at its full speed. And that'll be super, super nice. So anyways, if you enjoyed today's episode, feel free to drop a like down below. And if you enjoy watching automation in modern Minecraft, definitely consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. Anyways, signing off, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and I will see you next time.